could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford want to challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So you know what I'm saying? I'm with it. So I'll be going for the if he fight Canelo.
You got Crawford over Bud? I mean, you got Crawford over Canelo? Sorry.
I'll be going.
Crawford.
You gonna stand on that all the way to September 13th?
I love Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo by decision.
Canelo. But Bud is one of the best adjusters in the game. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's going to affect the.
Errol Spence and Stephen A. Smith both shared views on the upcoming Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford clash. Spence said Crawford's step to move up in weight proves he understands his own limits and is determined to chase greatness. He called the move bold and worthy of respect, openly backing Crawford for taking on such a huge challenge. On the other side, Stephen A. Smith strongly stated that Crawford would defeat Canelo.
The Crawford Canelo, is this something that you could honestly think that should happen? There's weight classes for a reason.
I mean, it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford want to challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So you know what I'm saying? I'm with it. So I'll be going for the if he fight Canelo.
You got Crawford over Bud? I mean, you got Crawford over Canelo? Sorry.
I'll be going for him. I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna win or lose, but I definitely be on Crawford. I think if anybody can pull out, he can pull out. But he's chasing greatness, so why not?
But don't you think maybe it's just he's reaching a little bit more than, or I guess biting more than he can chew, because it's.
Canelo came up to 175 and now they done fought Overland and fought the other guy too. So I mean, if he can do it, he started at 147. So, I mean, if he's doing it, why can't Crawford do it?
Stephen A. Smith stressed that Crawford's strategies and abilities are far ahead of any of Canelo's recent rivals. He underlined Crawford's flexibility in the ring and his sharpness to adjust under stress. Smith made it clear he has zero doubt and will fully stand by his claim of Crawford winning until September 13th.
You got a love for boxing.
Yes, love boxing.
Who gonna win the fight, man? That's coming up, the biggest
Crawford.
fight in boxing.
Crawford.
Huh?
Crawford. I'm not hesitating. Crawford. I'm not even hesitating. Crawford.
You gonna stand on that all the way to September 13th?
I love Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo by decision. I can't see anybody knocking out Canelo Alvarez. But I do believe that if you can box and you can move, that you can beat Canelo. You can outpoint him.
That's right.
When I think about Canelo, one of the things that I don't like about Canelo, despite his greatness, and a neck as wide as Broadway, for crying out loud,
Right.
It's like almost every shot has to be a power shot.
It's a power shot, yeah.
That's not beating Crawford. I think Gervonta Davis's trainer, Cal, I think he said this. He said Crawford could find himself in trouble if he decides to engage with Canelo, because Canelo is the naturally bigger, strong fighter. And I don't care that Crawford's gotten bigger, and I don't care that Crawford's gonna go in there just as big as Canelo. Canelo is accustomed to fighting at the weight, and Crawford is not. And Canelo is a genius in this regard. You don't see him show up for fights not ready. He's always ready.
Always prepared.
He's always ready.
He's
Always prepared. So I think he's the slower fighter, though. And I think that Crawford is brilliant as a boxer. And I think that between switching to conventional and southpaw, using his jab and movement, I think that Crawford is going to outpoint Canelo because he's faster. But he ain't got.
The talk about Terence Crawford moving up to fight Canelo Alvarez often brings Errol Spence into the mix. Many fans think that Crawford's clear win over Spence proves he can handle another major challenge. But Spence himself reminds people that Canelo is a totally different type of boxer. Spence was skilled and decorated, but his style was more straightforward and less versatile than Canelo's. Canelo carries heavier shots, a stronger frame, and long years of experience against bigger men.
People thought Spence would destroy Canelo. That's why they linked Crawford would do what he did to Spence. He would do to Canelo. And the funny thing is, how many of you guys you just remember me saying Canelo will whoop Spence's ass? I was like, that shit wouldn't even be close. And the dumb shit is, they think that Spence is similar to Canelo. I ain't never seen two fighters more different than Spence and Canelo. But Spence worked behind the jab. Canelo, not so much. Spence is southpaw. Canelo, not at all. Spence had a textbook defense. You were sideways. Canelo, more forward with the earmuffs, with the catch and shoot. Spence, hardly any head movement. He blocked and he breaks you down like a tank. Canelo, from waist up, his head movements is incredible. I never seen fighters more different than Spence and Canelo.
Lining up Spence with Canelo can be misleading because they fight in separate weight classes with very different tools. Showbiz points out that even though Crawford's win over Spence was dominant, it does not automatically mean he can repeat that against Canelo. The Mexican star has already proven himself against several top fighters, and Crawford now faces a brand new set of problems that Spence never gave. This is what makes the match so exciting, since it is not just a follow-up to the Spence rivalry, but an entirely new test.
I don't see Crawford knocking Canelo out. If Canelo lets Crawford get away with boxing, he may have a shot. If Canelo comes in there and boxes and cut the ring, Canelo has a chance of knocking Crawford out.
What?
Yeah,
You said Canelo got a shot of knocking Crawford out?
I think he does.
Wow.
Remember, Crawford coming up for 135. And I don't know if y'all remember when he fought Gamboa. Gamboa rocked him a little bit too.
That was
And
a
we
long
talk
time
about
ago,
Canelo
Coach.
Alvarez.
That was a long time ago. If we gonna do that, Canelo got rocked by Jose Miguel Cotto.
I didn't know that. But on the real, Canelo has faced a bigger opposition. He's faced a bigger and a harder punchers. Who has Crawford faced that's a big puncher? Canelo's taking more hard punches than Crawford. The tail of the tape is going to be if Crawford can take the power from Canelo, and can Canelo box with Crawford and potentially hurt him and finish the fight.
Zab Judah shared thoughts on Canelo Alvarez bringing Jaron Boots Ennis into camp for sparring. Judah believes the choice will give Canelo useful preparation because Ennis is one of the most dangerous fighters at welterweight. Sparring with him lets Canelo feel the kind of speed and movement Crawford uses. But Judah draws an important line. Ennis and Crawford are not the same. While Boots carries explosiveness, fast punches, and an attacking style, Crawford works with unique rhythm.
It makes a difference in being able to see a lot more punches coming at you, a bigger guy throwing a lot more, sharper and volume of punches. Yeah, that makes it a little difference. But, still Crawford is still a different technical fighter than Boots is. You know what I'm saying? He's a different kind of technician. You know what I'm saying? He's more of a right there, in your face, take away and counter, lock up, counter. You know what I'm saying? Which Boots is far whack, out of there, out of there, boom, 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 out of there. You know what I'm saying? A different kind of fight. Does it make sense?
He shifts stances smoothly, controls range carefully, and tricks opponents into traps. Judah notes that Canelo will gain from testing himself against Ennis, but it doesn't ensure he will be ready for Crawford's more thoughtful style. In simple terms, sparring might sharpen Canelo, but it can't fully mirror the puzzle Crawford brings into a real fight. Judah's words show that while sparring partners give a glimpse, nothing replaces facing the actual rival when the lights are on.
Yes, it makes a lot of sense they work with him, but you know what I'm saying? Will it make a difference in the fight? I don't know. I just think that it'll get Canelo more used to younger guys, faster hands, you know what I'm saying, coming at him like that. Is he still going to be able to deal with the different technical moves that Crawford is going to do to him? I don't know.
Oscar de la Hoya gave a balanced view on the matchup. He recalled how Terence Crawford once had trouble against Yuri Ortiz Gamboa earlier in his career, proving that even great fighters can be pushed by smaller but skilled rivals. De La Hoya said if Crawford found problems there, then meeting Canelo, who is bigger, stronger, and harder hitting, could be an even tougher mission. At the same time, De La Hoya did not dismiss Crawford's quality. He admitted that Crawford is one of the most technical boxers today with sharp timing, smart counters, and clever adaptability.
Do you feel that Terence has a shot in beating Canelo Alvarez?
That's the million-dollar question. When I watched Terence Crawford get rattled and rocked by Yorkis Gamboa, who's a natural 30-pounder, that to me is going to be a huge problem when he gets hit by Canelo. So he fights at 175. He's fighting these big monsters. He's not getting rattled at all.
No.
Berlanga's a big kid.
Right.
So it makes me think, I mean, how is Crawford going to keep him away for 12 rounds? Canelo's going to come at him hard.
Right.
But then again, I think about Crawford's abilities and his IQ and his footwork, which Canelo cannot handle.
What makes this battle so fascinating, according to La Jolla, is the meeting of Canelo's size and force against Crawford's talent and ring IQ. He admits it is very hard to predict the outcome when they finally meet, since both bring weapons that could decide the fight. De La Hoya's uncertainty reflects the huge stakes and the unpredictability that make the bout so gripping to boxing fans worldwide.
With Bivol, it happened with Mayweather, who schooled him left and right with no problem, and Canelo was way stronger than Mayweather. So there's
Don't
a
you
lot
think
of
Canelo's a better fighter than he was then? Today?
a better fight. Yeah, a little better. Yeah, his footwork is still the same. He's flat-footed. He's very heavy on his feet.
Obviously, Canelo has the power to hurt anyone.
In this game, power means a lot. If you can't keep your guy off you, or you don't know how because it's too much pressure.
Right.
And the one thing about Crawford is that he knows how to handle the pressure. He's a savvy boxer, you know, and he doesn't run. And he has that heart. He's a dog. He has that heart. You want to fight?
Sean Porter studied Canelo's call to bring Ennis into camp and praised it as a wise choice. Porter compared the move to how Sebastian Fundora used Mike Fox in sparring to prepare for tricky styles. In this case, Boots is viewed as the closest version to Terence Crawford. While not a perfect copy, his power, quick steps, and sharp angles let Canelo practice against someone who can mimic the threats Crawford brings. Porter noted that this type of training is vital since Crawford is not like most foes. He changes pace mid-fight, adjusts smoothly, and punishes errors right away.